Hey you guys, today I'm gonna show you how to carve these kitty cats over here. I posted those on my Facebook and everybody loved them. Look how cute they are. They have a little bit cartoonish looking, but I think they are adorable. And we'll be making this one today in this video. This one I did a few days ago. This one is still wet. I just put the finish on it. Now, yes, you have to be careful when you send this because it is very fragile, very skinny, long necks and the legs. And I'll put the pattern for this in the description below if you're interested. I drew this pattern. There are other patterns there online. This one, I purchased the pattern and I made that one. And then I can't share that pattern with you because I purchased it. It's not mine. But I drew my own and here is the pattern I came up with. I am not great at drawing, but I really like the way they end up. For the blank for this, guys, I've used just some scrap wood that I had left over from a cutting board. It's a 1.5 by 1.5 material, and you will see the whole process how we go about this. And if you do get the pattern, this is a compound cut. The pattern will look like this, and you cut the pattern out and then you fold it on that line in the middle, and then you will see how we glue it to the blank of wood. Again, super fun, cute little project that you can do. Now let's get right into it and show you how I do it. So I cut out the pattern and I glued it to my blank. It's 1.5 by 1.5 inches. And you see one side goes on one side of the blank, and then you crease your paper at that line, and the other side is gonna go over here. So what I need to do now is pre-drill 2 holes, one here so we can clear this excess material between the legs, and one here so we can clear this one between the legs. So I'll be doing that right now, and but before I do that, what I will do is I will put some packing tape around this. That will help with lubricating the blade and also not to lift the paper off my material. To glue the pattern to the blank, I use this spray adhesive. It works really well. So I'm gonna put some packing tape around it, and then I'm gonna go and pre-drill those holes. So this is what we have so far. Pre-drill the holes. Now it's time to go start cutting. I'll be cutting this side first, and then we're cutting this. We'll cut this one, then we'll tape it back together so the pieces stays back where they need to be, and then cut this side. So let's go to the scroll saw. Now I'm using a number 9 blade. The cats that I showed you, I cut them with number 5, and I think my blade was deflecting and I had a hard time taking the piece from the inside out in the end. So I'm gonna try the number 9. Maybe it's a little too big, I don't know, but I will try it and we'll see if it works. This is the geometry modified Pegasus blades. They're the only blades I use. They're so good. All right, let's get cutting. All right, so we cut one side, and now I'm gonna tape it back together, and then we'll cut the other side. All right, so here's what we have so far, and now we'll take it apart, see if we got the cat. Come apart. There you go. I'm trying not to break it. Ta-da! How cute is that? Now it's time to shape it. This was the easy part. Now into the shaping. Let's go to my workbench. Now to shape my kitty cat, what I want to do is I really want to round all these edges. I want it to have that 3D rounded look. I don't want it to have this sharp square looking. So I'll be using this carving tool. It's kind of like a Dremel. If you have a Dremel, that will work really well. I have a Dremel, but I prefer this one just because it's so easy to change the bits. So let's see what we're gonna use first. I'll use one of these burrs. This is a coarse burr. When I did the other cat, I used the extra coarse and it was really shredding the wood, and then it was more sanding. So I'm gonna use this one. And I'm going to start rounding everything. You know what? First I'll be shaping the face, make it a little bit more pointy. You see how wide the face is right now? I want to bring it in to make it more narrow. So for that, I will be using the more aggressive burr. I'm using this one. So first, I'm getting the face more narrow. So you see how the head looks so much more 3D now. Of course, it's very rough. We'll have to sand it and stuff. But that's what I'm looking for. So now I'm just gonna go around and around all the edges. And I broke the tail. Well, that's a bummer. I'll have to see if I can fix it. I don't want to have a broken tail. Well, let's go get some CA glue. All right, I'm gonna leave the tail alone for now. I'm gonna focus on the rest of the cat. I'm gonna leave the tail alone for now, but what I'm looking for to do now is just round off more on the front and the back so it's not so square. For that, I'll take a little bit bigger burr to make it faster. I'll be working with this one. This is what our cat is looking so far. Has a better shape, it's more rounded. I did try to work with the tail very, very gently so I don't break it again. And now it's time for sanding. So I'll be using 220 sanding paper. So I'll start with that and then I will finish with 400. So the way I like to sand it is to roll my paper like this and then move around, roll the cat in your hand, and keep sanding until you get rid of all those rough marks. Now I will have to be super careful with that tail since it got injured, but that's my plan. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna do all this sanding and then I'll see you after. Now here is the way the kitty cat looks after some sanding. Yes, it's not perfect. I could have done more sanding, but this is not for selling. This is just for my own personal fun. So I think I'm gonna leave it to that, and now I'm going to apply a finish. So let's put on the finish and see what our kitty cat looks like. Now for the finish, I'll be keeping it very, very simple. I'll just use tongue oil. This is thinned out with 50% mineral spirits just to be easier to apply. Let me go get a brush. I'm gonna put some in this little cup. Makes it a lot easier to apply. And we'll just soak it in. And this, remember, was just a blank that I had left over from a cutting board. But I think the color ended up cool with the white on the body and a little bit spot on the tail and then the head. That was just pure luck. I didn't plan it that way. I could pretend that I was doing that on purpose, but I didn't. And this is what it looks like all done. Isn't that cute? So cute. And now we can join its friend. And super, super adorable things you can do with scraps on your scroll saw. I hope this was helpful and you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Skylar Ewing, and I'll see you in my next video.